Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. 5 minutes past the hour on this last day of the month. It is the 30th of September. Welcome to hashtag Truth Be Told. Yours truly, Joe Dupree from 100 BLK, the Black Station, along with my brother. Yeah, my brother from another mother. You know him from the open line, online, and keeping it real with Reverend Al Sharpton, 1075 WBLS in New York City. Brother Fatim is in the building. Good morning, Brother Fatim. How you doing on this glorious Make It happen Monday. And good morning to everybody that is out there in the chat. I see y'all logging in. Also, before I let Brother Fatim say a few things, I see he's jotting down some stuff. Let me ring the bell, give a round of applause for everybody celebrating a birthday today. If today is your special day, your anniversary, your work anniversary, your birthday, whatever you want to hold this day special in, I rang the bell, gave you a round of applause. Hey, today is your day. It is Make It Happen Monday. It is the last day of the month, first day of the week. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Got in at 4 o'clock this morning, bro. 4 o'clock.
4 in the morning.
I ain't party on a Sunday night in a long. I ain't partying on a Sunday night in a long time.
4 in the morning.
4 in the morning, baby.
That's about 4 hours ago. Give or take.
Damn right. That's right. That's right. That's
right. That boy can still rooster like he used to. Okay, go then. You go then.
I don't know if I can crow like I used to. But nah, we celebrated my cousin's, I call her Debbie's birthday yesterday. And then I thought we was going to her house. And then they said, nah, we going to the club. And next thing I know, we all have cars, but I'm in my car. All of a sudden, I see them coming out the house and they got drinks in their hand and they walking towards my car. So I'm driving. But we went to one spot. They closed that after 11. And they was like, the next spot is open. And we went over there, and I knew the bartender over there, sister, but I'll keep her name out there. Down here, people do a lot of creeping and doing stuff that they don't want. They don't want the churches, they don't want the church folks to know that what they do in the dark. So I ain't gonna do that. But happy birthday to my cousin, Debbie. You know, Joe, interesting. And, I was going to come on here. I see you. Like I said, I'll be mine. I see you ain't got no Steelers shirt on, but that's fine.
We lost. We lost. I ain't got no smoke.
I'm just talking. Just talking.
Next Sunday, I'm putting my money where my mouth is. Let's go on and put the bet out there right now. How much money
we'll get to it. We'll get to that. We'll get to that towards the end of the week. We get to that towards the end of the week. But on a serious side, baseball season is over. Except for a game in ATL, 2 games in Atlanta today. Baseball seasons are done. Because of Helene, the hurricane, and there's another hurricane coming in the Gulf, getting ready to hit the Gulf this week. So get prepared. And then last night started our second moon. We got a second moon. We got an asteroid that is going to be circulating our planet. So they call it a second moon. And then there's another situation where I'll leave that one alone about another object out there, but I'll leave that one alone. And it's not an asteroid, I don't think so, but we'll leave that one alone. But, the Mets got to play Atlanta. They got to win 1 to get in, and we'll see what happens. Like Joe said.
Wait a minute. What you mean? You got me hearing, what was it, Mulder and Scully in the background. What is this, the X-Files or something?
Yeah, it's stuff out there, brother. It's just a lot of stuff out there that is happening. But I just want to say something real quick.
Go ahead.
Yesterday, I'm glad she's in here. I am so glad Sister Jessica Dewberry's in here. Good morning to everybody. KC, Jessica, Michael Keith, Jewel, Dre, B. Watson.
Florida. I see you out there in Florida. Hold it. While you going through that, go ahead. Go.
Yeah. So let me get to Jessica. The reason why, because Jessica put something on Facebook yesterday. I'm glad this happened on Facebook. On WBLS Open Line yesterday, online show. And we appreciate all the support. I had Dr. Cornell West on the Open Line on air about an event that's taking place next Saturday in Mount Vernon, Money Earning Mount Vernon, New York.
Money.
Yeah, Money Earning Mount Vernon. But not talking about that. We had a sister on, and I know the sister. She's a New York Assemblywoman. Sister Ranice Bishat Hermlin. And she came on to really talk a little bit about New York City Mayor Eric Adams and talk a little bit about Haiti because she's Haitian descent.
Mm-hmm.
But she got into a conversation about Israel. And I'm glad that because you can see that when people are politicians, she's a good sister. But I was out last night and former New York State Senator, former New York City Councilman Charles Barron called me last night. And said, Brother, we were yelling in the house because you and the team had to shut some stuff down. And that's my good sister. The Assemblywoman is a good sister. But when she got on that Israel stuff and started making excuses, even Jessica Dewberry put out there, she said, I hope that the Assemblywoman is not your Assemblywoman. And what I'm saying is, we try to tell y'all that some politicians are controlled or their mind is so warped because they're trying to play two sides of the fence. And I done told y'all, you can't serve two masters. You can't serve two masters. And I just couldn't take it. Y'all know me. And I wasn't disrespectful to her. And I told her, don't take it personal. Because she texted me after. She said, good show, this, that, and other. And I told her, good show. But I told her right on the program. And Jessica's here. She's in the chat. She can tell you. I said, oh, hell no. You're not going to sit up here and tell me October 7th was bad. And then it's complicated. And that the Israel has a right to defend himself. And then at the end of the day, basically want to start that the genocide of all these people that is killed over there started from October 7th, where Israel has done this ethnic cleansing on these people. Oh, you're not going to come on our program and you say that and we don't say nothing. I mean, you should have seen the faces of them. See, my team there, they don't bite their tongue. That's one thing. We're not disrespectful. They were a little surprised. So I went there. I'm the leader of the damn pack. So I went there first. But they follow. And that's what I've been trying to say. So sometimes we just have to, and again, she's my good sister and I respect her. But right is right and wrong is wrong. And I was surprised when Charles Barron called us. I was like, I wanted to bring him on this show to talk about some things. But
we need to, especially with the elections coming up. And listen, Fatim, it's nothing wrong with being friends with somebody, but when they say stuff that in your opinion or your facts, or your point of view is bullcrap, there's nothing wrong with saying we're good friends, but what you just said was a bunch of malarkey. Was a bunch of malarkey. Just like this craziness with Trump trying to say that Kamala Harris is got mental issues. That's a bunch of malarkey. The words that come out of some folks' mouth, you got to check them. And you got to say, you can't say that to me or about something that I know everything about, because at the end of the day, you're wrong. And that's how I see it. You're wrong. Now you can jump in and say, oh, that's your opinion or how you see it. How I see it, I'm not going to just let you spew that out and we just going to mull over that. Oh, we just not going to.
Yeah. So Jessica you're right, Joe. And Jessica Dewberry puts in the comments, you held her feet to the fire. She got burnt up on the comments. And he went on to say, my co-host, Sister Jennifer Jones Austin, who was not on that particular show, asks, how do you speak on Mayor Adams and you don't read the indictment and you are a public figure? See, So I'm not the one to bite my tongue, baby.
Hey, people have hidden agendas. At the end of the day, most politicians, most. I'm not going to put them all in there. Most politicians,
birthday cake, y'all.
Hey, that's why I'm talking about. Most politicians' feet are behind the scenes held to the fire by those who contribute to their campaign, to their major donors. And depending on what views their major donors hold, that is the views that the politician must hold. Politics is literally the science of getting resources to public individuals through using a government mechanism. So you have to understand, that's why voting is so important. That's why I get on here every show and say this, because like right now we have people coming in, but we have a lot of people who are in the background and aren't clicked on because, of course, they're probably at work or something. You never know what algorithms your job might have working, and you can't necessarily click on and give us, the credit. And we don't want to see nobody get in trouble at their job, but some folks watch us from a distance. Some because they just nosy, and some because they don't want to lose their job or they can't at their job. So they kind of look at us from a distance. And there's a lot of people on in the background. And I can say the following. That's why I say every time, vote. Your vote is your voice. Your voice has power. You need to get engaged, get involved, get registered, and go vote. Because there is much more to play here than what you may just have as your values or what is important to you. Understand, there are a lot of people out there, if you talk to them, that don't even care about what's going on in Israel or in Gaza because they feel it doesn't affect them. I actually heard a conversation while I was out to eat. Some people a couple of tables over going, I give less than a damn what's going on in Gaza.
What happened?
And some people are like that. Hold it. Just like some people give less than a damn about what's going on in the South. Like right now, do you understand how much money? I got a good friend, Daniel Harper. He just said hello to us from Florida. He is a insurance adjuster. Do you know how much work he's got going on right now with all this devastation from Helene? Do you see in Florida, it was devastation. There was Georgia devastation. There is devastation in North Carolina, in Tennessee. There is devastation. There are people that woke up this morning, not like woke up on this Monday, and this Monday looks totally different than it did 7 days ago on Monday. Things have changed.
Let me get back to that point, Joe.
Go ahead.
So when you're a politician, she is the Democratic Party chair in Brooklyn. So what happens is not only do you represent your community, you're representing the Democratic Party in your borough.
That's true.
Like
Very true.
So what happens is you're representing Jewish, Muslim, Italian, all that are there. It's who controls, who has the power almost dictates. And if you are a straight up person and a fair person, you can sympathize and sympathize with all, empathize with some. But the bottom line is, if you're a straight shooter, you call it like it is. And that's what I'm saying. But what happens is when you get married to a position in a title, in politics, job, or whatever, then you marry to that damn position, and then you start to walk a tightrope, or you start to water down your points of views or values at times, or other people's values. And so what I'm saying is, she got up there and said, the Jews said never again. They did it. They said never again. They Holocaust. She put up their Holocaust like it was elevated. I was like, yeah, their Holocaust is wrong, but our Holocaust was wrong too. But that don't mean because they Holocaust, that don't mean that they go out there and ethnic cleanse and push genocide on the people. So what I'm saying is, we get out here and talk all this voting.
2 wrongs never equal a right.
Yeah.
2 wrongs never equal a right.
Yeah. So we get out here and talk all this voting stuff. I see why people are tired of the bullshit. I hate to say it this morning, and definitely ain't going down the religious road today. But this is what I'm saying. It's more than that. It's a way of life. It's not. It shouldn't just be a process. It should be a way of life, not just a process. Because when you just deal with the process, you don't get involved. You just, well, I got to go out there and vote. I got to go out there and vote for the president. I don't know this. I don't know that. She said yesterday, like I said, she's my sister now. She's lost on some things, but that's my sister. She said she was knocking on some doors, and she said she got to some Muslims and Indian people. They don't know who they're going to vote for. See, we get up here and we talk this because I keep saying we talk to the choir. We talk to our damn self. But when you step out of our world and get in other people's world, then you start to realize that some people is not as astute on politics. So that's why I'm saying it's not just cliche-ish. We got to educate. I'm telling you, you got to educate. The reason why a lot of people are in power because they understand the process. They understand how they want their way of life to remain.
Right.
And they also know what they don't want other people to come into their process. If you know about gentrification, you see, so that's what I'm saying. We get out here and we talk about this voting. It's education. You gotta be educated. And I'll just listen to Sister Shahrazad Ali who was talking about our minds. Sometimes we don't develop our minds past 14. We just don't. We become robotic and repeat everything we hear and don't research it. That's why I push y'all on this show. Y'all get tight sometime, including Joe. Y'all get tight, but I push y'all to do some damn research because sometimes we don't realize how the okie doke has been pushed over our damn eyes and we're more of a puppet than a damn puppeteer. And that's the problem that a lot of y'all don't want to see. Because you can't see it, because you can't take an honest look at yourself in the mirror and look at where we at. I just saw something my brother Lenny Green put up there. And I'm going to say it. He put up there about a sister missing. I'm not going to call her name because I don't want to mix this with two things. And I just noticed that sometimes a lot of people change their way of life. They go into different religion, they go into different this and go in that, and they wind up losing themselves and losing their mind. I said it. I've seen it. I've had to help people with nervous breakdown go from this to that and don't realize that. I've seen people lose their mind in marriages because they married the wrong damn person, but they want to stay together because of the process of marriage. Well, stop the bull crap, y'all.
Brother Fatim, and let me say this the easiest way I can say it. I understood everything you said, and I don't disagree with anything you said, but I will say this. Once again, and I'm going to say this the best way I can, and not to sound like I'm being in conflict with you, but every move you make in this chessboard of life is choice. It's choice. And the biggest problem most of us had is we don't have a problem choosing. We have a problem dealing with the consequences of the choice because we have full control over the choice. We don't have full control over the consequences. And if you get down, in my opinion, once again, not pushing my opinion on anyone, not saying the way I see things, you should see things. However, in my humble opinion, see, we come out like a roaring lion when it comes down to making certain choices. We come out like a roaring lion when it comes down to choosing certain partners or having certain conversations or being in certain places on certain stances in the political system, in policy, or even in our everyday lives or how we govern and run our house. We come out like a roaring lion. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm at on this. This is where I'm at on that. You should see it my way. I'm not saying that. I'm saying this. You come out like a roaring lion on the choice, not understanding you have absolutely no control over after the choice you make, what circumstances or what chain of events you have now set in motion because of that choice. That's where all of a sudden now you are completely not in control. And too many times, Brother Fatim, in my humble opinion, once again, this is only from my opinion. I don't call this my facts. I call this my opinion because this is the way I see it, and it is up for debate. That too many times folks want to be in control. They want to have the final word. They want to be right, and they want to be in control. And guess what? You can do that with every choice you make, but you cannot do that with the consequences of the choices you made. You're no longer in control.
Yeah, and then and what I'm saying is some people lose themselves and they hurt themselves. And that's why, because I remember the sisters that's missing, I know her very well. Like I said, I met her through Brother Lenny. And she's a very intelligent young lady, but there's certain things that happen in your life, or there's certain things that you don't know what's going on. There's a lot of people that are suffering from schizophrenia, all kind of things that you don't know, that because they control it through medicine, they control it through herbs. Some people smoke weed to help keep their anxiety down. They do what they need to do to try to cope and deal with their situation. And we assume that everybody is pretty much well, and then there's a small percentage in this world that is not. Their rhythm is a little off. A lot of our rhythms are off out here.
Yeah.
I'm a hyper person. So we all have these things out here, but we so judgmental. We so judgmental out here. Just like I was watching something and I sent a lot of things out here that I just shared a lot of things out here. And, I was sharing something that happened in the 60s, I think in 1965. A white male was talking about the South and talking about black and white and talking about what black people in his world and this, that, and other. And it's been that way. It's going to be that way for my children and my grandchildren. Well, his grandchildren are dead today. You understand what I'm saying? So now I keep saying that we keep putting year on top of year, 1960, 1965, 1985, 2002, 2024. But because we put that year on don't mean we're better. We may be seeing advances in technology and arts and this, that, and the other, but is our mindset better? Are we still like we were before? Is that mindset? Because if you start to look at it when it comes down to racism, colorism, sexism, it's been consistent. It's been consistent. Doesn't matter about the years. So are we getting better as a people? And that's why, and then we want to say, like I said, I wasn't going down that way. I wasn't going down that road. But it's just, we say things, but we say things out of our mouth, but we don't change our heart and our mind. And if we don't change our heart and our mind and we mimic things and don't really change, then we just do what other people have done in the past. We repeat the mistakes they did, or we repeat history. And that's the bottom line.
Well, and you're correct, Brother Fatim, and it all has to do, in my opinion, with the word control. And who is in power and who is in power and who winds up being the minions. See, many a times you may sit in a position that you think you're in power when actually, in actuality, you are a minion doing somebody else's bidding. At the end of the day, wake up every morning. And that's why when I do this podcast, I go back and, believe it or not, every podcast we do, I probably watch the podcast 4 or 5 times. And I try to look at the conversation in the chat. I look at myself and I ask myself, as I say at the end of every show, how can I be better today than I was yesterday? And sometimes you got to let go. You got to decrease. You got to decrease yourself. You got to back up. And sometimes you got to press your own brakes in life. If not, you'll go through life crashing into stuff and running stop signs and running red lights, and you'll miss the beauty of a lot of things just for the sheer fact that you hold up a banner saying that you're right or you're in control. Guess what? Like I said, and I stand firmly on this because I've been watching not only myself but others. And I say, you know what? We're quick, very quick to be judgmental. We're very quick to stand on certain things and believe that that's where we should be standing until we're proven wrong. Like I say, a lot of folks come out like a roaring lion, and in that being a roaring lion, you cause a lot of devastation to other folks mentally, spiritually. You then invade their space and say, no, you're wrong, I'm right, you're just dumb. I'm in the South, a lot, and it really got me when I had an elderly person just listening to a conversation that I wasn't even a part of talk about how in the South, in so many ways, this was our oppressors' playground to just literally experiment on how can I just desecrate these folks? How can I just say and do things to make folk feel like they ain't nothing? It's like this was the experimental lab for that. And they said generations of that has really brought us as black and brown folks to a place where we're very sensitive about certain things. No, you don't say that around me. because I know how it feels when I had to switch the sides of the road because the person walking toward me was not the same melanation that I was, because they were white and I was black, and I wasn't allowed to walk on the same side of the street. No, you're not allowed to talk to me like that. And sometimes you don't know what folks have went through in generations, have went through that. Now that they are free of that, you can't even come somewhat kind of like that. They're going to be like, no, 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 no. We're not going back. And you're not taking me back there. And you're not even going to give me the residue of trying to take me back there. Brother Fatim.
Yeah, I mean, you said it. You said it. I just was looking at in the chat some of the people saying some things here. Let me go back here. Besides the good morning, Rhonda Hairston said, yes, we have to be educated, have to push us further, repeat what others say instead of knowing for ourselves. Jessica Dewberry came. Ooh, Jessica wrote a book here. All right, Sister Jessica. Yes, she did. She's talking about the New York Assemblywoman that was on WBLS Open Line online yesterday morning. She said, yes, she did talk about Israel on October 7th like she was from Israel. She couldn't answer a straightforward questions and answer some questions when she should have just shut the hell up. It was hard listening to her. But you, Brother Fatim, Sister Jennifer, Cousin Sabrina, Brother Bobby, and Brother Larry Ham, and Jennifer was in the comments. She wasn't on the show. And let me just add Jamie, Brother Jamie, challenge her. I don't think she was listening, though. I don't think she said she was in agreement with a ceasefire because she knew that she would be primary the hell out like Jamal Bowman and Cori Bush. I wonder how much money she received from AIPAC. And that's interesting you say that, because you're right. You got to go and face those people. So they use these podcasts. This podcast is more popular than I thought, because when Charles Barron called me yesterday, I don't expect Charles Barron to be watching our podcast. I just don't. I maybe I'm too naive, but I just did figure. And he said him and his wife, and
Brother Fatim, you in the #1 black media market in the United States of America on the #1 black radio station with a podcast that is from WBL. It's the WBLS podcast, the Open Lines Online. Come on, brother. Everybody,
but I'm just saying,
watching that. Come on.
And I appreciate it, but I'm humble. I'm a humble person. Rhonda says, I agree. My mom and dad should have not stayed together for 44 years. Sometimes people just push something that is not meant to be. Two hurt souls trying to survive. I'm coming back to that one. Jessica says, if you are speaking about Medgar Evers' granddaughter, she was located. No, this is a personal friend, but no. But thank you for that, Jessica, because I didn't know that Medgar Evers' granddaughter was missing. So I'm glad that she was located. Rhonda, people that want to be in control, want to be right, may be narcissistic. Some may have a mental illness that we are not aware of. And let's go back to this our parents staying together, because we got into this a little bit on another podcast, is that we want to applaud some folks that have been together for 40 and 50 years. But should we applaud it if it was toxic? Because they stayed together for 40 or 50 years, but they argue and they fought. You understand? To the point that they got older now, that now they ain't got the strength to pick up something and throw at the other person. You understand? Their mind is slow. They forget the curse words to call the person if they be disrespectful. Do we honor 40 and 50 years because they stayed together, but it was a toxic relationship? Hell no. If it was toxic, no. Hell no.
And let's say this, Brother Fatim, and that's a slippery slope. And here's why.
You slide on that slope. I'm walking up the stairs because I ain't on that slippery slope.
No. I'm saying it from this point of view and from my opinion. Once again, not to try to say everybody sees it the way I see it. Here's what I say. Anything in life, there is challenges. Toxic and challenges. Toxic. When you say toxic, any toxic relationship, in my opinion, no matter what level it is, be it a relationship of of intimacy, a relationship of working, a relationship where people know each other. When there's a toxic relationship, that relationship needs to be dissolved. And many a times it's not dissolved for reasons far beyond my understanding. Once again, my understanding. For example, you might be at a place that you work that's quite toxic, but you know, with your education, your skill set, and what you bring to the table, you can't get these wages anywhere else. So you deal with that toxic environment, because should you leave that toxic environment, you go from making, let's say, $30 an hour to maybe making McDonald's money, which ain't, ain't making a non-living wage. Let's not call it McDonald's money, because there are people who probably make good wages at McDonald's, and I don't know, because unfortunately I've never worked at McDonald's. Non-living wages. Let's say you're making a good job and you're dealing with a toxic environment at that good job. There could be a lot of reasons you don't leave that job. It's difference between a job and a relationship. And once again, even in a toxic relationship, regardless which side it's coming from, the male side, the female side, or both sides, once again, it goes back to my earlier statement. Everything comes from choice. And the problem is, when you are choosing, oh, you a bad son of a gun when you choosing. You walk around with your chest out when you make the choice. But all of a sudden, as you go deeper into the consequences of those choices that you have no control over, then all of a sudden, well, what's going on here? Maybe you didn't choose wisely. I tell people all the time, just because you made a choice doesn't mean you made a wise choice. And some of these relationships people get into, they're not wise choices. That they are a choice, not a wise choice. And there is a difference between a wise choice, a good choice, and a bad choice. But through it all, you chose, Brother Fatim.
So, like I said, I'm dead on, straightforward. I'm not applauding someone saying we stayed together for 45 and 50 and 60 years and it was a toxic relationship, and we stayed together because of whatever. As you stated earlier, you make the choice and you deal with the consequences. And what I'm saying is that toxicity, it has effect on not just you and the other individual, but it has effect on other people that come around you. So that's what I said. Do we applaud? And I answered, no. I'm not applauding that somebody said, well, this is my 50th anniversary. We've been together. But y'all been together, cats and dogs, then call the police 25 times, then been in the jail, then had to cool off, then had to have restraining orders, then separate, then move to aunt so-and-so up in New York, then to come back to get together and fight again like cats and dogs. But you know what? They love one another. Okay, that's toxic. That's toxic. And that's why some people today, not all, that they choose to be by themselves because they don't want that toxicity in their life. Now, the question is, because you've had a bad experience, you got to try to heal from that, because 1, 2, 3 bad experiences should not stop you from going forward. But as people know, once you get burned, you know not to touch that stove again. So once you get burned in a relationship more than once, twice, or 3 times, or whatever, a lot of people say, I ain't getting burned again. So I understand. I don't always agree with it, but I can understand why people choose to protect their space now, because they've been burnt before. And once you get burned, burn me once, that's my front. Burn me twice. Burn me once, it's on you. Burn me twice, is me. And like you said, when it comes to our choices, so a lot of people say, you know what? I am going to make that choice. Hell with you. I ain't going to deal with you. Or I'll deal with it on my end. So when people come to start telling me you need to get married, I don't preach to my kids that they need to get married. If they choose to get married, that's fine. That's fine. That's up to them. I'm not going to sit there and I wish them, because they got to do what works for them the best. I'd rather them stop or be single than marry because they're trying to go with the course of history and then be in a toxic relationship. I ain't going with that.
Hey, I completely agree with that. That's just like, for example, if folks decide not to have children, That's their choice. And I shouldn't look at them as any less of a person because they don't have children. That's their choice. Once again, just because people make certain choices and it may not be the choice I would choose, doesn't make them any less of a good human being, a good person, or a person that I should look at any way differently. They made a choice just like I made a choice, and those choices come with consequences. And the only person who has to deal with the consequences is the person that made the choice. Now, there are other folks that get the residual of those consequences, but the truth about the matter is, if you choose not to have children, that's your choice. You have to deal with whatever it is that comes with your choice, just like I have to deal with the choices that I made in my life. Sometimes, like I said, it's easy for us to talk a lot of noise the day after the game has been played. But when you're in the middle of the game and you got to make decisions right then and there, you've got to play to win. And guess what? You make choices. Some of those choices you look back and say, "Man, I shouldn't have made that choice." But once the choice is made, you deal with the consequences and you course correct. You course correct. So many times in life, people think they stuck with a choice. No, Brother Fatim is absolutely right. And some people will get mad at me about this because they like seeing me and Brother Fatim when we're in conflict with each other. But guess what? Before you stay in a miserable relationship, a miserable marriage, a miserable anything, you have the choice to leave. And guess what? There is one precious commodity that you can't get back once it's gone. Time.
No, you can't. Let me just say this, and sisters and brothers in the chat, you know, I say this and I'm not defiant when I say this. So if you disagree with me, fine, put it in the chat. I'm cool. I'm cool. Me and my late wife, Hanifa, had a discussion. I looked her in the eyes and she knew where I was coming from. I explained because my father and my mother, well, they wasn't old, but my father was a little older. You know, I keep saying I was an oops baby. My father had 2 children. My mother had a son, but they didn't have children between them. I'm the only child that was there between them. But looking at my father's side of the family, if you notice, I put on Facebook, I put a reel yesterday. I was out with my cousin. That's my mother's side. You can see I have a large family on my mother's side. But on my father's side, going back to my uncles, my father had brothers and sisters, a lot of them. And now that clan is starting to die off. There's not a lot of men in our family. So when I didn't have a son, you know, the first time, and with Hanifa having the sickle cell and having miscarriages, and I didn't ever want her to jeopardize her life. But we had this conversation, and I said to her, and I say to y'all, because you said it's a choice. I don't believe in making babies just to make babies and not take care of them. And you got to be in a right mind, financial situation to deal with the choices you make, because you bring children into the world, you have to take care of them. But I said to her, I say to somebody now, even though where I'm at in my life, if I choose to do this, I'll have a conversation with my daughters, but I make my damn decisions. You understand? Because what I do really don't maybe not affect them, but you never know. You just never know what can happen to trickle down where a family member has to step in and do something. But I look at this, that my father's side name is starting to die off. I don't have sons. My male cousins, I don't have a lot of male cousins. Don't have sons. So when me and Hanifa was talking at the time, I said, you know, I really wanted to have a son to carry on my name. And we talked about it. And she said, I understand. And I know where I'm at because I had a tubal ligation and I supported that. I didn't want her to put her life. I wanted her to be here to raise these girls, for us to raise our children. But like I told her, if I did go out there and had a son or 2 sons or whatever, and it's never guaranteed, once they throw the dirt on us, these children have to live their life. And I looked at that, and I said, is that a responsibility? Is it an obligation? Because a lot of families die off. So you said some people don't want to have children, and sometimes their families cease. And to me, that's their choice. Is it right or wrong? We can have an opinion about it. It's their choice. So it's not right or wrong about their choice. It's how do you go about the tradition of your family and the legacy? If that would have happened with my father, I wouldn't be here. So I just think about that. And when you have to make these decisions, you have to do that. And sometimes you're making a decision that is not just about you, it's bigger. It's about your family, it's about the future of your family and the family tree. And that's how I look at it, Joe. And the bottom line is I don't want to be selfish just to have a child to put in my name. I want to be there. I want to be able to throw the ball. I want to be able to go to this. I want to be able to do that. And that's what I did with my daughters. But my Hanifa told me, Fatim, I can't stop you. Because she said, I understand looking from the outside in. I can't give you what you are talking about. And I don't walk in your shoes. I can't tell you what the consequences of that also would be, but you have to make your decision because it is a decision that's slightly bigger than us.
So, brother Fatim, I get what you're saying, and I applaud that in your house y'all had that conversation to whatever outcome that was best for your household. Here's the only thing I would bring up about that to any man, and here's why. I've seen this happen before. I haven't seen it happen a lot, but it has happened. So let's put it out there. Let's say you're not in holy matrimony, or you're not in a place where automatically, and just because your name go on a birth certificate, that doesn't mean that man child that this female has to carry your last name. Because if y'all not husband and wife, she chooses the last name. She chooses the last name. And it doesn't have to be your last name. It can be her last name. Whenever you are in a relationship with a woman and y'all are not legally married, she chooses that child's last name if it's a boy, not you. Not you. She, at the end of the day, can tell him, look, I wanted to carry my birth last name, whatever her birth last name is. And once again, does this happen sometimes? It happens a lot. It happens a whole lot. Because I have guys who go, man, that's my son. I hate that she wouldn't let my child have my last name because we're not married. Once again, it's about choices, family, and you got to choose. I mean, of course, if you look at it, and I think you can Google it, brother Fatim, and I don't want to be wrong because I don't want to give any misinformation, because sometimes our sources in getting information is bad. But I think I read somewhere that literally with the birth rate, there are more girls being born today than there are boys anyway. So, I'm fortunate, but still, because I do have two sons that have my actual adopted name, that they will carry on. They will carry on the lineage of the Andersons, because that's my adopted name. But let's talk about that. They're literally carrying on my adopted name, which they should. Mr. Anderson is my father. He took on the awesome responsibility of taking me and raising me as his own son when nobody else would. But my biological father, I never carried his name. Never will.
But do your sons know, long as they know him?
Yeah,
and they know the name, just know him. And because when you take on an adopted name, it's one thing, but that's not your DNA. And you can trace that back to the adopted name. But when you go back into that DNA and see your lineage, that is who you are. That's the DNA, who you are. And that's very, very important.
I mean, I'm very fortunate. I know my biological father. I know his lineage. I know my biological mother. I know her lineage. And I pass that information on to my sons, my daughters, to their future generations. I just recently sent a picture to my daughter who just had my first grandchild and said, make sure that should anything happen to me, that this boy knows from whence I came from. Take him. That is something I have said to all my children, because I had the awesome, and I still have the urn with the dirt in it. I had the awesomeness that God blessed me to go to the place where I was found, and I got some dirt and I put it in an urn, and I said, pass this on to future generations. Well, when they say where we come from, this is where your great 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 grandfather. This is the dirt from where your great 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 grandfather, your ancestor, was found. Sometimes you've got to set the precedence in your family. Now, that's just my opinion. Everybody don't do it that way. Alex Haley raised his up and said, there's only one thing greater than yourself. And we all have family traditions, but you got to listen, stop losing yourself just out here making babies. Understand what Brother Fatim said. And I got to ring the bell, Brother Fatim. You're going down a rabbit hole that needs to be gone down. There's generations that are lost because all you're doing is making babies and you're not telling them from whence they came. And that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong on both sides. If you're not letting the fathers be a part of the baby's life, and fathers, if you're not being a part of the baby's life, on both sides, whatever's going on, that's wrong, because we're losing generations. We're losing knowledge. We're losing from whence they came, and they need to know from whence they came. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
go to the chat. I think there's
yeah. So Michael Keith says, yes, so true, Brother Fatim. Do me wrong once, shame on you. Do me wrong twice, shame on me. Laura Bell says, we all need to start showing compassion for one another. Life is too short, too precious to be wasted on petty things. Worrying is one of them. Rhonda Hairston comes back. Why do we as human beings feel we have to win all the time? Is that a prerequisite for being human? We have to get to that in a minute. Laura Bell said, I wish we didn't have politics. What would life be without it? Unfortunately, it wouldn't be no life probably. I hate to say it. Jessica Dewberry said, I knew a woman back in my old neighborhood in the Bronx. That's Bronx, New York, y'all. Boogie down. Who had about 7 boys. She kept having babies because she wanted a girl, and she finally got her. But the struggle to take care of her kids was real. Jessica Dewberry came back and said, woo, my dad only had girls, or so we thought. I just found out recently. Whoa. Let me go back up here because this is a long one. I just found out recently that my dad's oldest child has known for years that one of her brothers was my dad's son. Her and I don't really get along, but she knows that I know. I told my dad about it, but he is almost 90 and has short-term memory loss. But he definitely would have taken care of his son and would have been in his life. My half-sister still hasn't told my dad about his son, who does not have the Dewberry name. This man, my half-brother, is in the 60s now. I found this out through Ancestry.com. I had my dad take a DNA test through Ancestry. He matched with his granddaughter, the daughter of my half-brother. I also matched with her, but my dad's last name will not go on. Pat Gable comes back. Flip of the coin. There's a report of Black fathers are more involved in their kids' life than other races. I did hear that. Rhonda Hairston, yes, children should know the lineage no matter what. I agree, Brother Joe Dupree. And now I'm going to say this. I see this is why life is, because if my mother and father were sitting here and my aunts, they were strong. They were strong. But I would tell them at this stage of my life, y'all made your choices. I'm looking around like I'm talking to, because I don't know if they'd be shocked, because they know they were straightforward. So they had children that were going to be straightforward. Y'all tipped. Your uncles tipped, and y'all consider that grown business. But then you have these children that don't know, or they lie that this is the parent and that ain't the parent. Sometimes the sister raised the child, but the baby sister is the mother. And they don't want to tell that because the baby sister got pregnant at 12. And see, that's the bull crap that we do. And then we don't tell people. And then when you get older and you get short-term memory loss, or you understand, and they don't know. Like I said, I have a young a cousin that is possibly everybody's saying is my aunt. So now me and the daughter has to do a DNA, which we agreed upon to see, because I'm tired of hearing this. I'm tired of hearing it. I don't give a damn if that man creeped with a sister. That's not my business. I just need to know who's who. And that's the problem. We hide these things in the dark. That's why I keep saying it, and I say it with conviction. I had any outside kids, my kids are going to know. Everybody's going to know, because I'm not living that lie, because they should know. I might have made a choice that was not a good choice, but it's a choice that was made, and it is here now. But if we lie about it, then you got people coming up, and there's a small possibility that family members get together, and that's why, and y'all get mad if y'all want to, but when you start mixing with your family and having kids, and they all in the Lulu band, and I'm not making fun about it, but you know when you do that, that's why this stuff is important today.
So let's ask this question. Riddle me this, riddle me that, because this does happen. Once again, this is why, as men, let me raise my hand. As men, you need to be careful who you lay with and is physically, sexual, and intimate with. Here's why. Brother, let's say that you are sexual with somebody and you do it unprotected, and she says you don't see her anymore. And at that moment, she got pregnant. Once again, she don't let you know that she's pregnant, because she goes about her way. She never comes back to you. Unbeknownst to you, here it is. You have a whole child out there you know absolutely nothing about. That's why we have to really have these conversations about having reckless relationships and being out there reckless in intimacy, because many a times you don't know, Brother Fatim. I wouldn't know. If you really think about it, let's say that you were willy-nilly way back in the day, and a person just said you didn't see that person, it was a one-night stand or whatever, because people have those happen. Good people have those. More people have those than you would think, because people don't want to talk about what's really going on, because they want you to look at them as a good, outstanding person. But the truth about it is, some of us have done some stuff in the dark that we don't want to ever come to the light. So all of a sudden you have a one-night stand, you don't know, and all of a sudden 25 years later, a person comes knocking at your door saying, it's been brought to my attention, I'm your child. That can happen. We've got to start talking about relationship responsibility. And that's what we don't talk about, because many a times that's what happens. And on top of what you just talked about, people tipping and creeping and all of that. You don't know. Sometimes the women, I have seen women have children from men and not let the man even know that it was their child. It was whatever it was, they disappeared. And then years later, you run into them, they go, you talking to them, maybe they were old college mate or something. They say, you go, oh, I didn't know you had a kid. Yeah, that's your boy's kid. My boy? What you mean? He don't, I talk to him all the time. He married with what? I'm just saying.
Yeah,
those
and that's
things
what
do happen.
Yeah, and in just, I'm being transparent right now. Me and KC was talking, and I talked about, and we laughed about it, because this is one of my tactics. Everybody I laid with back in my day I wasn't in a relationship with them. Shit, heck no, getting tightened up and keep it moving sometimes. But what I'm saying is, I did have a relationship majority of the times where I respected them. So it's not like, I didn't really have too many one night stands. Not saying I did, but didn't. But what I said, had Casey kind of cracking up, was how I would, like, if I don't communicate with this person a lot, and I know the last time we hooked up, I give it them 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks, and then I call, hey, how you doing? What's going on? Just seeing how you doing. And I'm efficient. I can't come out and say, did you get your menstrual cycle, your period, or whatever? So I was like, what you doing? I was thinking about doing something. I don't know if my schedule free, but what you doing later? Oh, well, I wouldn't mind getting together, but it's that time of the month. I say, soon as I get that, I smile. Check that off. I'm good to go. But because you don't know if they're going to tell you or not tell you. That's number one. Number two, I know somebody, and you can say what you want to say. They got pregnant by somebody that was in a relationship. They knew that the person was in a relationship. The problem was, he told the guy, I want to have a baby. I'm not holding you responsible. I'm going to take care of this child if I get pregnant. You understand? Well, she did get pregnant. And his woman found out and got in touch with the person. And she stopped the woman and say, listen, I did this for me. So if he wants to be in the child's life, he can. If he doesn't, this could be the last phone call. I did this for me. Like Shirley Murdoch said in As We Lay in that song, when she said, your wife won't understand, but I did it for me. And sometimes people do it for them. It could be selfish reasons, but they do it and they don't ask for anything because the person has raised that child to a grown man, a responsible man that I'm proud of today, and didn't ask for nobody's help on anything. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't like the vindictiveness, but there are people that do things for selfish reasons. But when they do it for selfish reasons, it's not to hurt someone. It's just that this is something that they need, but they're not asking you for anything because they're their own person.
So riddle me this, riddle me that. Once again comes the lying, the cheating, and the infidelity. The when and many a times we just got to be truthful about it.
A lot of people can't be truthful about it. That's the problem.
And that's the truth. That right there is the honest to God truth. And for whatever reason, they can't be truthful about it. There's songs out there. Many of us go to those songs. If you can't be with the one that you love the one you with, and As We Lay and all this, we reflect on songs that talk about these type situations and circumstances. Once again, all I can say is in your choosing, you need to choose wisely, because all choices aren't wise choices. All choices aren't good choices. All choices ain't the choice that you should make. So in all your choosing, you should choose wisely, because those choices come with uncontrollable consequences, some for a lifetime. A bringing into this world a child with your DNA, now you tethered for a lifetime. Not to talk about the soul ties, but nevertheless, you are now tied for a lifetime. Choose wisely. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. In other news, right quick, once again, at least 99 folks who have transitioned due to this storm, still millions without power and family. Our prayers go out to everyone who was affected by the Hurricane Helene. Be prepared. 7 days, another hurricane is coming. They don't know where it's going to hit on the Gulf Coast, but it's probably going to hit somewhere on the Gulf Coast. So you need to be getting prepared right now. As Brother Fatim has brought this esteemed brother on this show, you've seen him on the open lines. Aton says, if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. So for those of you who don't stay ready, it's about time that you start getting ready. Get ready.
Yeah.
Get ready now.
Brother Aton I didn't see it yesterday, but he held I think a 3 hour. It was scheduled for 3 hours, but when Aton gets going, because back before the pandemic, Aton used to put on these programs here in New York City, all across Hunter College, this, that, and the other. And we are set up early afternoon, man. And we getting out there, man. The moon is out. I mean, and then we still walking and going to eat, and stuff like that, And shout out to Brother Aton. He don't tell too much. He got a beautiful queen, his wife now in his life. But this brother used to be married to the actress Kim Coles. Like I told you, I grew up with Kim Coles, went to school with Kim Coles. They're not together now, but they're still friends, and that's the beauty of it. Sometimes things don't work out, but
Right.
you are able to communicate and remain friends. But a guy can't spotlight, Aton's queen right now. She's such a dynamic sister in her own right there. But you're right, Joe, with these hurricanes, and you see these deaths. For instance, where I talked about and brought Sister Dominique McNeil McFarland on here, who lost her two sons back in around 2016 in Myrtle Beach in a drowning accident. We supposed to be headed, not just me and her, but a group that supposed to be headed to Tennessee. And a lot of people in the chat have been asking, is the trip still on? I still kind of early, but they got interstates that have washed away.
Yeah, in certain parts.
Tennessee, North Carolina.
Tennessee is a and a lot of people don't know, Tennessee goes from one side to the other. You got all the way from, Tennessee has 3 divisions. It's West Tennessee. I'm actually from West Tennessee. That's Memphis. You have Middle Tennessee. That's Nashville. Then you have Eastern Tennessee, which is Knoxville, Chattanooga. And Tennessee Tennessee borders more states than any other state in the union. So it's a very long state, Tennessee. That's why I have on my Tennessee. I'm Tennessee strong this morning, volunteers. And of course, much of North Carolina and the overflow of these rivers that were saturated.
The mountains in the North Carolinas.
Right. And the Appalachians. Appalachians, right. So, listen, family, that
let me just say
home. Go ahead.
Let me just say this, that with this kind of devastation that is taking place here on the earth, and things are changing. The polar caps are melting. With the polar caps melting, the earth is getting heavier.
Wait a minute. Climate change? I heard somebody told me, somebody running for president said that's a hoax.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I don't even want to give him anything. With the polar caps melting, the earth is getting heavier and it's slowing down its rotation. I'm telling you, things are changing now that is going to change this planet. And things don't never stay the same. You may not believe in the dinosaurs, but they ain't built them damn dinosaur skeletons out there just to be building them as a jigsaw puzzle. You understand what I'm saying? So, and I'm going to say this now. This has nothing to do with religion. It can deal with religion, but it has nothing to do with religion. I keep saying that we are so arrogant as human beings. We elevate ourselves to such a great status, and we may just be this, nothing. We could just be dust. We come from dust and we return to dust. We could be just nothing. But we elevate ourselves to things that, to the point that, we going on and we going to live in mansions and honey and gold and this, that, and other. You ain't living in no damn. I tell you now, it ain't my opinion. You ain't living in no damn. You ain't got no physical body to sit down in the mansion. I swear. But on the serious side, sometimes we just elevate ourselves to a point in life that we're bigger than what life really is. And y'all know we don't understand what this is. We don't understand this. Oh, I shake my head. I really shake my head out here. Better get with it, y'all. Get with it. Jessica Dewberry said, Brother Fatine, it ended almost 8 p.m. It was good. This is Brother Aton. And he started early afternoon yesterday. Rhonda says, Brother Aton had an excellent show yesterday. Lasted over the allotted time. People better get prepared. Jessica Dewberry came back. Perry, Florida got rocked. We were without power for less than 24 hours. I'm thankful my greenhouse didn't quite make it as well as I thought. The front of it was twisted. Brother Aton, Jessica comes back and say, Brother Aton did say that the polar caps melting, that diseases that once were thousands of years ago will reintroduce into the atmosphere, that we have no immunity. That is correct. They were frozen. These diseases were frozen, and we're on the north and the south pole. and now they remember once they melt, it goes into the air, and it goes into the air, and it gets into the clouds, and it rains, and it travels. That's the same thing with nuclear fallout. You drop a nuclear bomb in one location, but it will travel through air, through rain. It's true, and through animals. Rhonda says, if anyone can, they should get Countdown to Collapse, Eitan Edwards. Sometimes he wrote about in confronting preparedness. So that's out there. Joe, I want to say this real quick. I have a music, but I showed this music book before. It's by Questlove of The Roots.
Okay.
And I'm trying to wait for Sister Jax to come back, because we talked about it last week. I was in the laundromat, and we were talking about how at times we get bogged down, and sometimes I'll throw out a music question or this, that, and the other.
Right.
And there used to be a game show since Name That Tune in Ceremony Notes. So we can't name that
now. They got Shazam now and something else.
Yeah, but what I want to create on this show, and we'll talk about it as three of us. We'll talk about how we do it, because it has to be with kind of like popular songs. It can't be some obscure B-side song that didn't get played. But we can't do it in notes. But what we can do is say, I can do it in seconds. So give me 5 seconds of the song. Give me 4 seconds of the song, and we want to name that song. But what we're going to do is we're going to do it and throw it out into the people in the chat. Joe didn't know this, but me and Jax talked about this. So we came up with this last week. So instead of doing it in notes, because none of us are sitting up here playing keys and whatever, we'll do it in seconds. And we'll come up how many seconds, I need 10 seconds of that song to name that song, the name of the song or the artist, because sometimes you can't get both the artist and the name, because some things are remade.
You might need, if they get both, we might need to give them extra credit for that.
But I think it'd be something fun to do at times. And I think it should be implemented during a certain day, because it's just, we getting ready to grind into politics, but I don't want to talk politics every day, not every day, or at least switch up things. Alethea Cummins comes on here every other Monday. The doc comes on Tuesday. My brother comes on once a month dealing with the books, but we want to mix things up to deal with so many things that are out here,
and understand this. We are on here we have been consistent, very consistent for the last 7+ months. Every Monday through Friday, we are here. And if we're not on here, we give you what we call a hashtag Tell the Truth Rewind, where we show you one of our popular shows and we rewind it back. So every time you log in every morning, you got 2 hours of us in some shape, form, or fashion, because we're here for you. We created this podcast in order to hear our points of view from folks that look like us, not folks in suits and ties and got directors behind us trying to issue out a point or put things into a perspective where you individuals who are melanated can see it our way. We just simply say, we're going to tell you what we can tell you. We're going to tell you to research it. We're going to tell you that we researched it, and we're going to try to check our sources, because sometimes our sources can be a little bit funky. So, at the end of the day, we're here having good conversation. The phone lines are open. Let me say that. The phone lines are always open, 225-250-8770. Also, I put in the chat the video link. So should you be bold enough, and I think we've had some people jump on before. We had a guy from Germany jump on. If you want to, and you don't want to call in, you can always, all you got to do is stop whatever you're doing. Because if you are on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or Facebook Live, you can't join the video chat. You're going to have to stop that, but you can follow that link and we can see you in the green room, and we're more than happy to bring you on, because at the end of the day, we're here for you. We're here for you, and we want you to know this is your podcast. And my man from Germany said, I spoke him up. Yeah. Well, come on, Mr. Washington. I know it. I don't know what time it is in Germany, but if you want to come on in. And look, we put the link out there because, once again, if you can't call in, you can always log in and be a part of the conversation, because we're here to have good conversation, because our chatter matters, and we have conversation for every situation. So we're here to talk about it. Let's do it. Hashtag Truth
So,
Be Told.
so let me just read. So, Brother Fatine, this is coming from Sister Dre B. Watson. Brother Fatine, that sounds fun. Please, not too much current hip hop other than Kendrick Lamar. I'm lost. Now, if we do hip hop, I'm getting ready to do something right now. Hold on, I'm getting ready to do something. It's just going to be something real quick. If you can hear it, and I'm gonna do it real quick, and I'm gonna show you what I'm trying to do. Something simple. I'm gonna give y'all something right now, right? And what I mean is, let me just take one song here. Let me turn my volume up on my phone, and let me see if this again, if you can hear it. But I can't give you too much. You'll know the song when I hit the daggone thing. Here, you know what I'm saying? So that's 1 second. Joe, you know that song?
No, I do not know that song.
Oh my goodness. He don't know that song. Hold
Play
on,
it
let me
one
try
more.
that
Play it
again.
again. Play it again.
Hold
Let's
on,
see.
hold
Does
on,
anybody else? Does anybody else?
Hold on. Oh, I gave him that. All right, so here we go. Here we go.
No, I don't know that song. What was
Let me
that?
see.
5
Let me see if
seconds?
anybody gets that in the chat. I
What was
played
that? 5
it
seconds?
twice.
How much was that? 1 second?
I gave you 1 second because if I give you 3 seconds, you're not gonna know it. So
I have absolutely no idea what that was. I'll be honest with you. Absolutely.
you have no idea. Hold on, let me try
No
it
idea.
again.
1 second.
Here we go. Here we go. Now you don't know that song?
No, I don't know that song.
All right, let me check the chat.
Hold it. Check
what's the chat saying? Because I can come out of the chat.
I'm pretty sure nobody in the chat know that song.
Let's see. Let me see.
Come on,
Let me see. Let me see. That's a very identifiable song.
In your opinion.
Yeah, okay.
Because you know the song and you're on the control.
It sounds like a great diversion. Sean P, the brother. I didn't hear it. Brother Fatine, it's a shame. Nope. Rhonda said she couldn't hear it. Well, here's the song. Here's the song. I'll play the whole thing. Let me just get here. Well, I'm not gonna play the whole thing because we can't play the whole thing.
Hold on. So wait a minute. I'm glad you said that. Let me.
Y'all don't know that?
Okay, stop. Okay. So yeah, now that it did that, that's of course Stevie Wonder.
Yeah, but that drum part is the whole hook.
Okay, so I know what it is. It didn't sound right coming off your speaker. So let me show you what happens when I process it through our board. It might be a little different. So let me do the same song.
Well, we're gonna do it through your board, of course.
Right.
Exactly.
And so I just want to see, does it sound different when you process it?
Rhonda, you got it. That's right, Rhonda. But of course, I gave you more of the song.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see. Can I do something? I'm glad you're doing this. Let me see. Does it? Because somebody said it wasn't clear. So let me see.
I understand.
Does this make it sound clear? And we'll see something. I just want to see. We're going to do the same song, and I want to know, do y'all think that this is clearer? And if it is,
clear,
then we know what to do. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, hold on. Okay. That was Superstition you played. So we know what the song is. I just want to see, can we get a little bit clearer? Hold up.
Oh yeah, because this is something that we're not gonna do it from my phone. We're gonna do it through the board.
So let me just see, does this sound a little bit clear? So you played, we're gonna play
beginning of it.
We're gonna play 3 seconds. So hold on, we're gonna see something here. Family, tell me, does this sound better for y'all? I just want to know out in the chat as we begin to test something to see, does it work? I like the idea for team. Let's go.
There you go.
Okay.
That sounds much clearer and much better.
Okay.
That's what we're gonna do. See what I'm saying?
So wait a minute. If that's the case, let's see this. Hold on. I want to see something. I just want to know, do y'all know this song? So if that's the case, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna try this one more time. I'm gonna play a little bit of a song for you and see, can you tell what this song is? Because this time everybody says they know it. I'm gonna play about 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. And let's see, can somebody get this one? Okay, this is 3 to 5 seconds. 3 to 5 seconds. Y'all ready? Here we go. There you go. There you go. There you go. Who was that?
Put it in the chat, y'all.
Who was that? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. There you go. Put it in the chat. Let's see. Somebody say, let's see. Do you know who it is? Put it in the chat. Ah, Jules Wall said, I got it. I got it.
There you go. Jessica got it too. Jessica got it and Jewel got it. Hey, that's what we're gonna do. But me and Sister Jax talked about. I just explained it. Oh, let me turn my mic around. I don't have my mic directional. So yeah, this is something that we're gonna do, and you know, just to spice up the show a little bit, you know. But we'll tweak it and see how we're gonna go about it, how we do it, and whatever. But I was folding clothes when me and Jax came up with this idea because I remember Name That Tune. And I was like, you know, thinking about music, and I was like, yo, I want to do this, but we can't do it in notes, but we can do it in seconds. And the second saves us so we don't have any copyright infringements with our show.
Right. Oh, that was good. That was good. I think I got one more for him.
Oh, look, see, Joe's like a kid in the candy store. Yeah, see what I'm saying?
I am. Hold it. I got hold it. Yeah.
No, Michael Keith. No, I'll take you there by the Staples saying his dude.
Okay, we're gonna have one more. Hold on.
But could it be a something sample from there? Interesting.
Oh, okay, hold on. We're gonna do one more, family. Yeah, I'm like a kid in the candy store now. Look, okay, we're gonna do one more, and that's it. All right. Here we go. Y'all ready? Here we go. That's it.
I don't know that one.
That's all you got.
It's gotta be a popular song, Joe.
It's a very popular song. Oh, that's a very popular song.
Okay.
That's a very popular song. That's a very, very popular song. Hold on, from a very popular, well-known artist, especially back in our day.
Okay.
Oh, somebody said Barry White. Nah,
no, it ain't definitely Barry White. I know Barry White.
Oh, wait a minute. Somebody, look at that. Dre B. Watson. Dre B. Watson, give her a rap, man. We got.
There you go. Now you see what I'm saying, Joe? That's how we get the family in this, man. That's what we do because life be lifing, and I want to create something that was not corny, but something different because music transcends and it just does things. So we just things, you know. This is what I'm saying, you know. So
hold it.
We look forward to this.
Even one further. Hold it. Wait a minute. We're gonna take this one further. We're gonna have a conversation, me, Jax, and Brother Fatim. But what I would really love to do with this, we would like to give away a prize. So here's going to be the challenge. We're gonna send you out the link, and we're gonna put you in the green room, and we're gonna put you against another one of our listeners.
Oh, that would be good.
We're gonna put y'all on screen, and we're gonna play the song. And one of you have to say who it is first. Whoever says it first gets the points. Yeah, that's how we're going to do it. We're going to, this is where if you want to win the prize we have for the day, and we may give away money, we may give away a gift card, we may give away, you have to come into the green room, come on screen. We're going to play the music. We're going to do something. We're going to play the music. We're going to say, okay, y'all, we're going to have both of y'all on the screen at the same time. And we're going to play the song, and we're going to have with both of y'all on the screen, whoever gets the song first gets the point, and the first person to 5 points wins the game. And we're going to do it just like this. We're going to do it just like this. We're going to say, okay, here's the song. Here we go. We're going to, like me and Fatim. If me and Fatim are on right now, I say, Fatim, you ready? Here's the song. Here's the song.
That's LTD, man.
Okay.
That's my man from LTD. But did he do that with LTD or did he do it by himself? I'm going with LTD.
What's the name of the song? We're gonna have to say. You got the group. You got the group.
I don't know. I can't call the name of the song.
Dre, back on it again. Dre, a monster. Dre, you are a monster.
Love ballad. There you go. Yeah, that's what we're saying. Dre, you know you already coming on board. You already know
what we're doing. Listen, y'all, we're gonna give away money on this. I don't know. Are we gonna give away $25? We're
I
gonna
think a gift
cash out.
card is. I think a gift card is the best way to do
We're
it.
gonna give you a $25 gift card, but here's what we're doing. Here's what we're doing. We're gonna do it the way
Well, we gonna let y'all know. We gonna let y'all know. Yeah,
right.
Because I just gave Joe the idea because I just wanted to tweak him.
My man, all I can say to Brother Fatim is the following. Yeah, man. Yeah,
Thank Jax for calling me, and I was in the dryer folding my clothes.
Hey, and listen,
and we were talking about this.
Y'all keep our sister Jax as she is in her recovery mode, and Jax will be back soon. Next month is October. Man, listen, we down to the final 90 days of 2024, starting October the 1st. Starting October the 1st, we to the countdown. Next thing you know, it's gonna be 2025. We're getting ready to go into the last 3 months of the year. Starting tomorrow. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry.
Oh God, what you done had? What you put in your coffee this morning? I heard they put Bailey's in coffee now. I heard it. They put Bailey's in coffee. You had a little liqueur. What's going on?
No. I haven't partaked in the good libation since 1993. December to be exact. I can exactly tell you when. December the 23rd.
you sure staggered out of that hotel when we was in the, oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I wouldn't.
No, he did. No, he did.
I wouldn't drink. If I was staggered, it was because I was trying to get my second line on. Speaking of which, so family, it is getting to be homecoming season in college football, and next month I will be at one of the biggest HBCU homecomings, and I pray that the weather is beautiful. Southern University will be playing the Alcorn State Braves at Mumford Stadium for homecoming. Man, homecoming 2024 is going to be all that. The homecoming, hold up. I need to let y'all know there will be for the youngsters. But, because that's what I used to love, man, them homecoming concerts. So there's also going to be a grown and sexy homecoming concert. But let me find the homecoming concert for the youngsters and put it out there for y'all where you'll know at the Mini Dome. Anybody know the Mini Dome? There we go. Stop. What am I doing? See there? That's when. But they are having.
I'm laughing about something else. Oh God, my mind.
So here's the homecoming concert, y'all, and it's going to be wow. It's going to be that.
I got a question for our women after this.
So homecoming concert. Gorilla going to be, my homegirl from Memphis 10 is going to be in the building. Gorilla, Jeremiah, Big Boogie. Hey, get ready. Homecoming. The countdown is on for Southern University homecoming. It's going down. That's all I can tell you. It's going down. Go ahead, Brother Fatih.
All right, so ladies, I was talking about
ladies,
wake up. So yesterday, with me, my cousins was talking about this 3 this morning. So something happened yesterday, and I don't get this. I definitely don't get this much at all. And where I'm at, the person don't know me. So I have a specific question, but let me tell the story. And this question goes out to our ladies in a few minutes. So yesterday, I was at a store because I was trying to pick up a card for my cousin. So I'm talking to the young lady that I know, and we kikiing, because I know her, you know how it is, man, So I noticed a sister at the register. So when I first walked back, I was in the back of the store, and the front register person, the working there, needed assistance from the person I was talking to, who's a manager. So we talking and kicking it back and forth as we walking. Woman's at the front. I say a seasoned vet. She's not a girl. She's not a young girl. She ain't in her 20s.
Okay.
Could be late 30s, early 40s. I'm seeing.
Why'd you call her
a seasoned vet, baby? She's a seasoned vet, baby. She's a seasoned vet. She ain't overcooked, but she a seasoned vet, right? From looking. So and a body on her. And a body. and a body. So I noticed her, but you know, I'm talking with my friend, blah, blah, blah. So my friend went to help me with cards because I said, why don't y'all have like a lot of mahogany cards for cousins or whatever? So she went back there to help me and didn't find a card. So I didn't buy a card. So I come back out. We walk back out. As I walk in, the sister that was standing at the front register, she's back and she's giving me the eye. So I noticed it.
Because you the ladies' man.
Nah, she ain't. I didn't know this woman. This woman, I don't think she knew me. I mean, I do the tangy tea down here, and that has happened. But I noticed the energy she gave, right? And I don't get this too much. So, of course, I'm not going to be disrespectful to my friend that I'm talking to. So I nodded, of course. You ain't going to punk me. That's one thing. A woman ain't going to punk me. You ain't going to look me in my eye. You ain't going to look me in my eye and I turn away like I'm some shy, I acknowledge her, but I'm not giving her no conversation because I just think it's disrespectful. Even though the other young lady is cool, we friends, but I still think the idea, because now I'm giving, if that woman is doing that, she don't know what my relationship with the other one is, and that's kind of disrespectful. But I got it. I picked it up. So last night I was telling my cousins, and I asked them, have they ever, and this is the question to you ladies out there, have you ever giving the man the eye, but not giving the man the eye where he can't see it, but giving the eye because you really want to get his attention. You want to get his attention. So one of my cousins said she doesn't do that. My other cousin said, "Dude, I was giving the guy an eye last night when we were out. He just didn't catch it." So I want to know because, some women are still old fashioned, meaning that they want the guy to make the move. They want the guy to make the move. Nowadays, you got some women are more progressive. They'll make the move. You understand? So I just want to know from our ladies, how have they rolled? You know what I'm saying? Have they given the guy an eye, to the point that you're trying to catch his attention to give him a hint that you are interested? At least when I use the word interest, conversation, whatever. Have you done that? Because this was a conversation we were talking last night, and it was different generations of my female cousins talking about that. Even my oldest daughter, sorry to put you on blast, my oldest child, but she even said that she gave a guy an eye because she saw him and she liked what she saw. And I understand. I was like, well, you take after your dad. You know what I'm saying?
So the question might be the following, ladies. Because Shay said hoes. But Shay, okay, since we are on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, ladies, what do you do to get a man's attention?
Or have you done it? Or have you done something to give him the eye to get his attention?
What do you do, or what have you done to get a man's attention to make him know that you're interested in him and getting to know him even the more?
Yeah.
Let's go.
So
come on.
Jewel asked me what eye, Brother Fatigue. Jewel, you're a woman. You know what you don't know what an eye is? That I explained it. She was looking. When I caught her, when I noticed she was looking, she never broke her stare. And she smiled. That's a signal. It ain't no that's an invite. That's an invite right off the bat. You understand what I'm saying? It could be, it could be so many different things, because I did have this gray and white sweatsuit on yesterday. And, so it could be, but sometimes people acknowledge people for different things. A good dressed man, like Joe, you dress in suits and whatever, and you've been acknowledged. Your sister give you that up and down. That means, brother, you're stepping. You're stepping. Right. So it's acknowledgement. This girl, I'm in a sweatsuit yesterday. It's a nice sweatsuit, but the bottom line, it wasn't an acknowledgement of the sweatsuit. It was acknowledgement like, yeah. It was to the point of, it was an invitation that,
yeah, I know
gray and white sweatsuit, Jessica.
Them gray sweatsuits.
Gray and white sweatsuit.
Come on now.
It's going there on my reel. I put out there. You'll see it.
Ladies, hold it. And be as that, you can join in on the conversation. 225-250-8770. Call in and let us know. Hold it. Let me do like Sister Cleo. Call me now. Call me now.
So Jessica says, I'm in my 50s, so no, I wouldn't give the eye today. But back in the day, she put that in capital. But back in the day, yes, I've given a guy the guy. I'm guessing means guy the eye. May even raise my eyebrows up and down like Groucho Marx or like
Come on now.
I'm wrestling. You understand what I'm saying? Rhonda Harrison said, yes, the eye connection. Michael Key says some ladies would give you Google eyes. Dre B. Watson said the look is going to be longer. Make eye contact and smile. That's all about I'm going to do. That's what she said. That's what happened yesterday. That's what happened yesterday. That's what happened yesterday. Yeah. And it's cute. It's cute, and I don't get it,
So let's ask this question. Do some of you ladies feel like it's better for you to do that and see what the men do, or do you wait for a man to make a move? Some ladies just straight up say, I'm not going to show a man I'm interested. He has to show me he's interested in me. Maybe we need to ask that question.
And when you ask that question,
because Shay said it, let me put it up here. This is from YouTube. Shay said, never appear desperate as a woman.
And that's cool. And I like that, Shay. And what I'll say to that, Shay, no problem. But nowadays, it's so many fish in the sea for us brothers. You blow it. And you may say, yo, well, then maybe it's not for me. And that's cool. But sometimes you got to shoot your shot because something could walk out the door that could be that. You understand? So, for instance, when I met my late wife, Hanifa, I was supposed to be on a blind date meeting her girlfriend. But her girlfriend detoured and we went to a program and I'm moving my seat. I want to sit up in front. Kind of pompous. And she knew I came to meet her. But she left Hanifa sitting next to me. Gee, you think I blew that opportunity? I like what I saw in both of them, but there was something about Hanifa that there was a connection. I didn't blow that spot. And she didn't blow because she said she was also interested. You understand what I'm saying? So she didn't blow that.
And I like to bring this up. Let's ask this question also. Because there was a celebrity, and I'm trying to find the celebrity's name. But there was a celebrity that said this is how he knew he had found the perfect woman for him. He had met a woman and he asked her, he said, listen, I know we just getting in. Hello, how you doing? Let's go grab some fries at McDonald's. Let's just grab some. McDonald's fries are good. He said they're good to him. He said, and when she didn't even blink twice and said, no problem, let's go to McDonald's and grab some fries. Does where a person takes you out to eat when they first meet you, is that a deal breaker? Ladies, I need to know. Ladies, is that a deal breaker? If they say, let's go to McDonald's, let's go to Chick-fil-A, let's go to some fast food place and grab
with the young ones.
But is that a deal breaker? Or do they need to take you to some lavish restaurant for the first outing? Is that a deal breaker? Can a person inviting you to and fellas, what happened? A female invites you to a fast food restaurant, not only just to the ladies, fellas. What happened? You get an invite from a female saying, "Hey."
It depends on the situation. Yeah, it depends on the situation.
She said, "Hell to the She said, "Hell to the no." She said she ain't going to no fast food. Ain't happening.
So my thing is depends on what it is and how can I say this?
Not a deal breaker.
No. It depends. See, you got to be confident with who you are. That's why I like what Darlene says. It's not a deal breaker. It's who you are and what you're trying to do. At the end of the day, I can go to the lavish restaurant. I've met women that I could take them to the lavish restaurant, or I met women that we can go to the corner stand back in downtown Brooklyn and get that. And people know downtown Brooklyn with that Frankfurter stand on that corner downtown A&S block, or now Macy's block. It's not there now, no more. But sometimes it's your energy, it's what you're doing, it's how you're doing it, it's how you meet the person. and what statement you're trying to send. It's a difference. You meet somebody and you having a follow-up conversation, and this is not a big thing. Hey, you know what? Why don't we just grab something to eat real quick? You ain't got time to go to a lavish restaurant.
So here's what a brother just sent me, inbox me. He said, in his opinion, a woman should never ask you to take her to a restaurant that she cannot take herself. Your opinion on that, brother Fatim?
I mean, we've been down this road before.
Just asking.
It's cliché. I understand it, but it depends. And the reason why I say it depends, my brother, because I look back at my late wife and I know what type of person she was. I'm not saying she wouldn't have done that, but if she would have asked to go somewhere that she may have not been able to afford, but it depends on our relationship, bro. It just depends. But I do understand what he's saying.
He said just general. He said not. He said in general. He said he believes a woman should never ask you as a man to take her out to any restaurant that she couldn't take herself out to.
I got the answer.
Okay.
So let me just say this. Y'all ain't gonna like what I say, but I'm gonna say it. If we playing the bartering system, then fine. Because it's something you want and it's something I want. You get what you want, I get what I want.
Oh.
We're both happy campers. So I don't have a problem with that if we're bartering. If we're bartering and it's something I want and you willing to give it to me, then I'm willing to play the game and possibly give you what you want. That's what I'm saying. Depending on what we're doing and what we're moving. I'm not saying that might not be the building the relationship type of person. That might be the person I'm not marrying. But she may want to go to that expensive restaurant. She hasn't been there. She knows that you driving this good car. You got a good job. You make that money. But at the end of the night, I don't want to hear this that time of the month or this, that, and the other. If we're playing the bartering system and we've straight up, then fine. If I got it and you got what I want and we make that decision, then fine. Let's roll. That's right. I'm rolling.
She said, don't agree. And then she hit it with
what? And that's fine. Depending on what you want. If you, like the sister told me recently, I'm dating for marriage. All of us ain't dating for marriage. We're dating for a good time. That's what we're doing. We're enjoying the time.
Make sure you're both on the same. Make sure that you're both on the same sheet of music. I ain't
gotta wine and dine you, and it's all about you all the time. It's about us. Want something? I got something.
Caller, welcome. The hashtag Truth Be Told question. Let go.
Hell to the motherfucking now. I'm surprised at you, brother Fatim.
What you surprised at, Mashawn?
No.
What you mean, no?
Bartering over some food.
Bartering, baby. What? You bartered and I bartered in life. Don't start that. Don't start that.
Can I say that? Yeah.
Shit, don't come on there like you walk on water, Mashawn, because you know you don't.
No.
No.
Let's go. I got my gloves, honey. I'm ready for you.
There you go.
I'm here.
Tell me no. Let me tell you. Back in the day, we had friends, we had gentlemen. They will take you to a place that you never been before and wine and dine you because they have respect for you. They're throwing their heart in the ring for you. So they're going to show you maybe some things that you haven't been exposed to show you that respect you and they want to treat you well. This
is for me, Joe. This is for me.
That will give me, it's an incentive to keep me interested in you. And I got to give you the pussy. How about that?
Woo! All right, so Mashawn, this is for me. Keep Mashawn there. I like what she say. I like what Mashawn said because she kept it real. Mashawn, you're right on that aspect of the game. The question that was put to me or the statement that was inboxed to Joe was, should a woman, read that question, Joe?
Okay. Should
Read the
I know
question.
the question already.
Okay. So
No,
let me
I
read
want
it
to read the
again.
question. I'm coming for you, Mashawn.
Hold it. Let me read it again.
Read it.
I was inboxed. As a man,
Mm-hmm.
you should never take a woman to a restaurant or a place that she cannot take herself by herself, in his opinion. In
Right.
his opinion.
I
In
got
his
it. So
opinion.
Mashawn, when he put that into the inbox to Joe, I was responding to that specifically. Now, if you want to say, Brother Fatin, how would you do A, B, and C dealing with a woman? I wine and dine her. I treat her like a queen. But if I know that this sister is we hooking up and she wants to go to this lavish restaurant, you understand? And we're not there like that, then I got to look at this from the perspective, you getting what you want. What do I want out of this deal? It depends on what
Okay,
you
so
want.
if you want
If
some
I'm looking
pussy,
for a
Hey,
relationship,
guess
then I'm
what?
gonna treat her
I
like a
might as well charge your ass because I don't want no fucking food.
Oh,
Okay?
and then
If you
fine. That's
want to
fine. That's fine,
if you
Mashawn.
want to make an exchange, honey, you would have to give me something more than some expensive damn food.
Yeah, but see, that's you, Mashawn. You ain't all women, and that's what I'm saying. That, like I said, when one says no, there's five that say yes, my sister, and that's the deal.
So Mashawn, you like old girl in Boomerang with Eddie Murphy. When you get up, you leaving the money on the counter. Here the money. I'm gone. Let me get my coat, my hat, and I leave.
You saw what Grace Jones. You saw what Grace Jones was about. She put her leg up on the table and told her, "You gonna deny this? You know what's that word, Mashawn? You use?
What they trying to get, Mashawn?
What they trying to get, Mashawn?
They trying to get that punana.
Punani. That's right. That's what
you ain't say that. You ain't say that earlier. Damn it.
You said
I ain't no prostitute.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
I got you. But you know what? There are a lot of women that are in relationships that you call relationships and marriage that it is prostitution.
Hold on, Mashawn. So wait a minute. If a woman says the only way you get with me, you got to pay the rent, you got to pay a car note, you got to pay.
You have a jail.
So what is that? What is that? Yeah, you got to have it. Yeah. Right. Hold up. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. Hold up.
Ain't nothing but it sound like a little horsome to me, but I ain't saying nothing. And that's a book by Donald Goines, Horsome.
Okay, but guess what?
What's up, Mashawn?
In all reality, like if a person want to say, "Level, let's go to McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A," and we just met to just kick it, that's all right.
Yeah, I agree with you.
If he's serious enough, he's going to step it up.
Yeah, step it up.
Say, yo, we're going to do it like this. And with no demand.
Yeah. And Mashawn, let me just say this, Mashawn, on the serious side. Mashawn, listen, my sister. Let me just say this. So let me just tell you a couple of, I was working at JP Morgan Chase. I was 27 and I had two young ladies sit down and have a conversation with me about certain things. And I really appreciate it. It's not that, I'm still wet behind my ears. I'm still a young man, but they, from a woman's perspective that were older than me, sat and gave me a little bit more about life. And I really appreciated that. Even my female cousins. And one of the things that I've known dating younger women and then dating women my age and slightly older is that men were dropping the ball. And what happens is when I don't want to call it the game, but when you know how to treat a woman, you capture her imagination, you capture her mind. So that's what I did. Right. So Mashawn, what you're talking about now, if we want to have this kind of a conversation, this is what I did. And a lot of men didn't do this. I didn't tell men what you should do because your ass should know. You gave me more opportunity with a more variety of women or abundance of women because a lot of you men was not stepping up to the table and treating women like they needed to be treated. So the things you say, Mashawn, is the things that I did as a young man that a lot of women that was slightly older was like surprised because men their age or older wasn't doing that. And that's what I did. And that's how I captured the imagination of a lot of women out there.
Because he's the
So can I
ladies'
ask
man.
you this, Joe?
Okay, you asked us another P
do you
question. Go
think-
ahead. What you want to know about the P question?
Talk to me.
Do you think, because we were talking about this yesterday, actually, do you think that, not to shame or embarrass anyone, that younger men and older men maybe need to be schooled all over again
Yes,
Wait a
and
minute.
take
definitely,
courting
definitely.
classes?
definitely,
Wait a minute.
definitely,
Wait a minute.
definitely.
The game, Mashawn, has changed. And we have to recognize that. Understand this. You were the sought out item when I was a young man. When I was a young man back in the 70s and the 80s, men sought women out. The game has changed now
Right.
because now there are more lioness on the Serengeti than there are lions. So understand that there was a time there was a bunch of lions and very few lionesses. Now there's a bunch of y'all and very few of us. So the game has changed. The same things you experienced in the 70s, the 60s, the 70s, and the 80s, the roles
The
have now
80s,
reversed. Now how men used to be a group of men at the table and a woman walk in and the men be like, oh yeah, trying to figure out which one of us was gonna make the move. The game has changed now because now not only do you have very few
Don't tell me
men,
it's 10-1.
right? Hold it. You also
But that don't have nothing to do with this question in the sense of reteaching men how to treat women. That's the question. And
That's
yes,
right.
men need to be retaught how to treat a woman, how to talk to a woman, how to treat a woman. Yes, they do need, I don't care what the number is out there, that it still talks about quality versus quantity. And it's about
Who's killed
respect.
our flowers?
Yes, more men need to be retaught how to treat a woman today. Definitely.
Well, and I think that has a lot to do with a lot of men. To be a man, you got to see a man, and you got to see a man operating and functioning.
I agree with that.
In a healthy, prosperous relationship. And many a times, what we're getting is a lot of men who are coming up in the ranks aren't seeing that. They're not seeing a healthy relationship. They're seeing a single parent home. They're seeing manipulation. They see how the game is played. Right now, I can click on Instagram or on Facebook, and I can scroll down maybe 2 scrolls, and the game is different. People are showing everything. We used to have it where there was things left to the imagination. Ain't nothing left to the imagination now. I know exactly what I'm going to get when the package is unwrapped. I'm just saying.
We
And
need to change that.
yeah, and Mashawn, one of the things we were talking about last night, me and my 2 female cousins, is about what, and I'm glad that Joe did add this dynamic in here about especially young women, is that sometimes the nice guy is the one that finished last. There's a guy that know how to treat the woman. But I've seen beautiful young girls, right? Again, I can invite them on the show. I don't know if they'll come on and tell it, but they want to get high. They want to be eaten out. They tell you this. This is what they tell you. These are young girls that you want to, let me take you out. Let me do this. They'll go out for the meal, but they want to get high. They want to do that. They don't want no responsibility. They just want to have fun. And now, so even if you do know how to treat a woman and you try to show them that, a lot of them are caught up in the good feeling at the time that they don't look about the investment for the future. And that's the problem with today.
All right, family.
Okay, so they just want a quickie like you.
Damn right. Damn right.
7 minutes.
And all they doing is matching a lot of our brothers' energy. But the problem is now the shoe's on the other foot, and a lot of brothers can't deal with it.
Well, she just hung up, and that might be our place because it is 6 minutes to the top of the hour. Thank you, Mashawn, for calling in.
She made it a little spicy there. I love it.
We're going to keep it flowing and going tomorrow. We got Tell the Truth Tuesday. We're going to continue this conversation and much, much more. And we're going to have that tune coming up too. So get ready for that and so much more. Tomorrow, the doctor is in the building. So tomorrow, your health is your wealth. Remember, a healthy you is a better you. Doc will be in the building with What's Up, Doc, tomorrow. And it's time to get moving, get fit, get going, get it together. and get what you need to get, that you can have these conversations. Brother Fatigue, man, has time flew. 6 minutes to the top of the hour. Give me some closing thoughts, my brother. Give it to me. Let go.
I was looking for something that I had, and I threw it. Did I throw it away? Hold on, Joe. Let me
Okay.
just
Well, hold
see.
tight.
Yeah,
Hold
let me
tight.
just see. Hold tight. Let me just see if I threw this away or
Hold tight.
did I write it down? Let me see. Let me
Hey, so
see.
while
Let me
he's
see.
looking for that, I
I
want to
got
say
it.
this
I got it.
again.
I got it. If I
Hold it.
got it, I got it. Okay,
I
here we
want to
go.
say this. Okay, go ahead.
All right. So this is something that I just want to take a moment and I want to read this. So tonight in New York City, the National Action Network, headed up by the Reverend Al Sharpton, is holding their Triumph Awards 2024. They're honoring Gladys Knight, Robin De Niro, Carol Cookie Mason, Wynton Marsalis. It's taking place, like I said, this evening at 6:30 in New York City at the Jazz at Lincoln Center, Rose P. Hall. I spoke with Reverend Sharpton Saturday night. He called me because I needed to find out some stuff we dealing with. And then he called me back because he wanted to make sure that if I was in the house, that I had the right seat. And I appreciate that. But unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to make it there. But I read these words to Reverend Sharpton, and I read these words because Reverend Sharpton, in 2 days, Wednesday, October 3rd, will be celebrating his 70th birthday, his 70th birthday. And before he celebrates his birthday on Wednesday, he has to bury his father tomorrow. So I said this and I read this to Reverend Sharpton, and I just want to share this. And this is what I said to Reverend Sharpton yesterday on open line as we were going off, and his Sunday morning with Reverend Al Sharpton was getting ready to begin. I said, as many of you know, Reverend Al Sharpton is not just a civil rights icon, but a brother I've had the honor of knowing for nearly 4 decades. We first crossed paths when I did security for him, and since then, I've had the privilege of producing his nationally syndicated radio show, Keeping It Real with Al Sharpton, for almost 20 years. I've witnessed firsthand his relentless fight for justice from the days when he led marches against racial violence, including that fateful day in Bensonhurst, Brooklyn, when he was stabbed protesting the racist killing of Yusuf Hawkins, who was a young Black male. Reverend Sharpton's courage, passion, and unwavering commitment to justice have been constant in all of these years. And now, as we begin as we begin to celebrate his 70th birthday this week on October 3rd, we reflect on the incredible legacy he continues to build. I am proud to call him a friend, a mentor, and a brother in the struggle. Tonight, we will be celebrating him at the National Action Network Triumph Awards 2024, a moment to honor not just his accomplishments, but the journey we've all taken together under his leadership. Reverend Sharpton, thank you for all you've done, for the sacrifices you made, and for the example you continue to set for all of us. Here's to many more years of keeping it real and fighting the good fight. I said that to Reverend Sharpton on the radio yesterday as we were going off on open line. Of course, he responded back. I appreciate the accolades he gave me as well. But it's about him. It's his day. And thank you, Reverend Sharpton, for doing. Some people don't like you, and that's true. But I know the fight that we have fought. There's things that people just don't know, that you stood with people after the cameras have went away. And I thank you for that.
Great words. Happy birthday, Reverend Al. Be better today than you were yesterday. And do something today to be a blessing to someone somewhere, that no matter what you do, there's no earthly way they could pay you back in any shape, form, or fashion. And always remember that there is no secret what God can do, what he has done for others, he will and he can do for you. For when God is with you, nothing or no one can stand against you. Lord's willing, we'll be back tomorrow for Tell the Truth Tuesday, along with the doc in the last hour, as we get you to a place to know that your health is your wealth and a healthy you is a better you. I'm gonna close out with something I ain't heard in a long time. I hope y'all enjoy this. We up out of here. Have a great Monday. Great start to your week. Jocelyn, tell them how I feel about this thing. Let's get it.
I can't get off my horse, and I can't let you go. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Yeah. Oh, what am I supposed to do? Oh, what am I supposed to do, baby, when I'm so hooked up on you? Then I realize that you are somebody else's guy. Oh yeah. Why you wanna do this to me, boy? Can you remember the times we spent together, sharing the days in the sun? Then I found out that you were somebody else's lover. After all our plans were made, now the shattered. But still I can't get off my horse. I can't let go. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I'm so on you? And then I realized just somebody else's guy. That day in September, I'm sure you can remember. That's when all the stuff hit the fan. You told me a lie, and you didn't have an alibi. But baby, yet I still cared. You know I know your soul, baby, that I can't let you go. No. You are the one who makes me feel so real. Ooh, what am I supposed to do when I'm so on you? And realize that you're somebody else's guy.